is a very small world. So jumping on LinkedIn, who do I know that works there, or who do I know that used to work there? Why did someone leave, especially if they're in the executive leadership capacity? Things change, and movement around organizations is not uncommon. But I start to really understand, looking at the company's website, what does their business do? What investment tools do they have? Where do they get their revenue from? Things like that really helps me start to understand what their business culture and business strategy looks like, at least what's available on the public domain.
Yeah, and that's a very absolutely. And Matt, you brought up some very interesting points, and I have found some of those to be very interesting ones. Like, for example, you mentioned about the inventory, right? So one of the challenges which I have noticed, I don't know if you have seen or face the same or not, just knowing where data is, who all has got data, and how does the data flow. I don't know kind of any organization who has kind of nailed this to understand their language, and that'll help us to communicate a lot better. So great points, Matt, which you made. And let's close with a few small things in terms of you had been in the industry for a very long time, right? So which are some of these books or some of the podcasts or some of the people who really influenced you in your journey in the cybersecurity field?
Yeah, I would say what the pivoting point in my career came from a mentor. It's probably been 10, 15 years ago. John Petrie, who's now the counselor to the CISO at NTT Holdings in Japan. We used to, as in the security industry, we used to be afraid of or hunting down the shadow IT organizations. Because shadow IT was doing things in a non-standard way. They may have intentionally been hiding and sliding around and preventing security controls that were this department of block, right? Data is another challenge that we have, and it's probably more our current